Here's your Bitcoin chart. We're going to cover gold, silver, even Solana today. We're going to go over the Solana chart in just 1 second. So Bitcoin, not much movement. Now, there is a couple things that this tells me, right? So number one, we've had the bounce off of this level, right? We've gone up. Now, notice again how we're starting to go sideways. Now, this is what I would call an immature bull flag. Now, the name immature is very telling. Immature patterns, all right, so you have then you just start like that. What it does is it tells you there might be a mature bull flag coming, which would heavily favor upside movement, but we don't have enough data in the sideways candles just yet. And so what we need to see is we need to see a better formation like that, and then you can start to shift probability even more so to the upside. So right now, this is kind of a question mark of, is this a bull flag or is it not?
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoinzilla, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoinzilla offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoinzilla. Subscribe now. Gareth will share his insights on curious about the crypto market's next big move. Will Bitcoin's immature bull flag mature to drive prices up? Is Solana on the verge of a breakthrough or a breakdown? Let's join Gareth in this interview about these topics and more.
Solana continues to kind of grind higher. I do have a level here. So interestingly enough, this is where we actually bought Solana down here. We unloaded it quickly on a move up. Then we kind of stepped back. It did a nice double bottom right there, which is fine. But now I'm saying, okay, and listen, remember guys, I am neither a bull nor a bear, meaning that I'm like, whatever the chart's telling me, that's what I'm doing. If it gets to resistance, I short. If it gets to support, I go long, right? So ultimately, we have this level right up here. Good long-term trend line from here through this high, that would be my shortable level. Now, I don't know if it's going to get there before it starts pulling back. If it goes straight there, yes, I'll take the trade. That'll be fine. If instead it pulls back here, I'm going to watch to see. I don't know if I'll take it. Third hits aren't great, but ultimately there's another level down here that would be fantastic if it dumps out and I would buy it down there. So as a trader, you remain in this zone, this gray zone. This is like, well, it's not at a resistance, so I don't do anything there and short it. It's not at a support, so I don't do anything there and buy it. And then you wait for it to hit one or the other. And it's very empowering because a lot of times I'm sitting in a fair amount of cash, like so far in smart money crypto, we're in almost all cash, just waiting for the levels. And then once they come, you're like a lion pouncing, right? And you just take down that wildebeest or whatever it may be, and you get your lunch. But again, the key is that if you jump too early, if you jump too late, you miss. And that's what in trading can cost you a lot of money. So good, a little analogy right there. Here's your Bitcoin chart. We're going to cover gold, silver, even Solana today. We're going to go over the Solana chart in just 1 second. So Bitcoin, not much movement. Now, there is a couple things that this tells me, right? So number one, we've had the bounce off of this level, right? We've gone up. Now, notice again how we're starting to go sideways. Now, this is what I would call an immature bull flag. Now, the name immature is very telling. Immature patterns, all right, so you have then you just start like that. What it does is it tells you there might be a mature bull flag coming, which would heavily favor upside movement, but we don't have enough data in the sideways candles just yet. And so what we need to see is we need to see a better formation like that, and then you can start to shift probability even more so to the upside. So right now, this is kind of a question mark of, is this a bull flag or is it not? If it starts to curl over like this, then it negates that. If it continues to go sideways for another day or two, now you're talking about high probability action of upside movement, which again, you'd have a little resistance here, but really that's your upside target zone on the charts of Bitcoin. So again, I know it doesn't look like much has happened here just in the last couple of days. And in all fairness, price action wise, it hasn't. But remember that every day a new candle forms, and that gives me a little bit more information on what potentially the chart could do. It changes probabilities. Just like when you're playing poker, you get one, the turn or whatever it is, and you get all of a sudden a little bit more information on probabilities based on what your cards are you're holding your hand.
Warren Buffett, during Berkshire Hathaway's annual meeting, discussed the U.S. economy and the dollar's role as a reserve currency, highlighting Berkshire's large cash reserves. Despite a 60% increase in U.S. debt since 2019, reaching $27 trillion, Buffett is optimistic about its long-term sustainability due to a lack of alternatives. The U.S. dollar is expected to maintain its status as the global reserve currency, with no immediate competitors. Buffett commends Jerome Powell for his economic management, but notes his limited influence over fiscal policy. With $188 billion in cash, Buffett is cautious about investment, preferring to wait for the right opportunities. Buffett believes the U.S. debt level is manageable over time, given the dollar's dominant position in the global economy. The dollar's strong standing in the absence of a viable alternative secure its position as the primary reserve currency. Powell's leadership is praised, yet Buffett warns of challenges beyond the Federal Reserve's control. Berkshire's substantial cash reserves are seen as an advantage, allowing for a strategic investment when favorable conditions arise. Investment giant Franklin Templeton projects Solana to become the third-largest crypto asset, highlighting its resilience and potential for growth. Franklin Templeton oversees $1.5 trillion. Firm backs Solana's climb in the crypto market. Solana's recovery from the FTX collapse noted. Airdrops and developer efforts boost Sol ecosystem. Low fees and scalability attract users. Meme coins like BONK and YF gain traction. Solana's initiatives in payments and NFTs may lead to wider adoption. Quick fixes to network issues acknowledged. Solana expected to follow Bitcoin and Ether as a major crypto asset.
Gold, again, is flat to slightly negative on the day. Not much going on here on gold. Again, the chart to me remains net negative. We look at our chart factors. We still have the topping tail here. We still have the bearish pattern right here. Now, if price were to close above this high of this bear flag here, then all of a sudden it would shift from a negative bias on the chart to a neutral bias. Now, why wouldn't it go bullish? Well, you still have the dominant topping tail there that's still in play, but you would have negated the bear flag. So one of the two factors would be negated. You go more towards a neutral stance. Right now, I still factor in a move down here as the most likely outcome. Okay, and again, notice how things on a daily basis can really change. I mean, you really do have to be on your top of your game looking at these things and kind of calculating out. Silver was down early in the morning. It's starting to push up a little bit. Same thing on silver. It still hasn't taken out the high of this flag pattern right here, so it's still slightly a negative bias. If it does, then it goes into neutral, and then you still have to watch this bigger topping tail here. If it gets above that bigger topping tail, not only is it a negation of the bear factors and it becomes bullish, but you also have the $30 level there, which has been a major resistance since 2020. And eventually, by the way, listen, short term, gold and silver, slight negative bias. Longer term, midterm, I'm bullish. I just continue to be. And it's hard to be when you see consumers stopping their spending, when you see, all of these other things going on with printing of money and the U.S. debt and the Fed and, how do you not favor assets like hard assets, right? It's just, I don't know. It's crazy, but it's the world we live in right now. Okay, so where are we here? Here's your oil chart. Now, still technically we're holding support. We talked about the potential for a little bit of a bounce because we're on support. That is what you have to favor right now. Doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I think about the economy. It's ultimately, what is the chart telling me? Well, the chart is simply telling me we're on support. So what happens? The favoring is slight bounce. Now, eventually, do I think this curls over? Yeah, I do. But ultimately, short term, the bounce is the most favorable or highest probability outcome. Okay? Now, again, if it breaks, and remember, probabilities are never 100%. That's the nature of the probability. Then all of a sudden you get a much bigger breakdown, which would be a huge negative. You'd probably head back into the low 70s, maybe even 70 or below.
The AI crypto market has bounced back with significant gains after a month of heavy losses, showcasing resilience and growth potential. Despite a 3.73% drop in value of the past month, the AI crypto market has seen a strong recovery in the last week. Most top AI cryptos have rebounded, with increases up to 30%, except for ICP, which declined by 1.91%. The market's current valuation stands at $23.97 billion, down from $24.9 billion, but up 294.24% since January 22, 2024. The market's volatility highlights its emerging status, with investors closely watching for future trends and AI advancements. Each top 10 AI crypto asset faced double-digit percentage declines, led by ICP's 23.36% drop. Teo, Gareth and TET notably surged by 10.03%, 13.15%, and 4.64% respectively. Overall growth. Since January, the AI crypto economy has grown significantly, indicating a strong market despite fluctuations. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to BitcoinZella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.